Alright, Clark's here, wanting to make a video. Uh, in a way that's a little different than some other people who've made videos talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League by showing off the powers of the Justice League. Interesting way. Mugen. With Mugen. Yeah, these are all Mugen characters that were that I went online and found that are Justice League members. You know, they're definitely interesting interpretations of them, but they work for this. Okay, but it shows off how powerful the Justice League is. Members are, and how Suicide Squad would have no chance. Okay, also works on my theory that I talked about in another video. Like link will be in the description of that one. I think of this thing, where basically after Green Lantern and Batman take down the Suicide Squad in seconds. And then Batman's like, "We're ready for phase." I thought he meant to beam up, but he didn't say to beam up. He said, "We're ready for phase." That could be any number of people. After that moment, things get weird. Batman does not kill them after killing two people without using guns. Then he basically is like, yeah, basically the Suicide Squad go back to base, find the weakness, basically go to base, eventually find the weakness to the Flash, kill him, then so forth and so on. Start getting weaknesses of the characters and killing them. This is like, yeah, there's no way you can actually do it. Even with weaknesses, there have been times when the Justice League have come up against people who had their weaknesses. Metallo is a man he was basically a giant crazy robot thing that uses kryptonite as his power source. Superman's still able to beat him. Okay. Green Lantern had the Sinestro. They had to fight the Sinestro Corps. They still, there's it's not a total, it's not a total massacre. So the Sinestro Corps, though they have Green Lantern's weaknesses, they use their rings are fear based, and the natural weakness of will is fear. So yeah, but still, Green Lantern Corps can beat them. So yeah, Reverse Flash is another person who runs as fast as Flash, and but also has less restraint than Flash is around. There's sort of several other characters who can use Flash's weaknesses against him. They are trying to fight Flash. Flash can still beat him. Still. So yeah, no. So no. Basically, having the Suicide Squad beat these super powerful heroes, in this way with guns, not even with their innate abilities. Harley Quinn could be an awesome, agile close range fighter. That Boomerang can be a good projectile thrower. Deadshot should be the only one with guns, and King Shark can be a great tank brawler. And basically use his size and his strength and power to just basically destroy whatever he comes across, And that's the issue with me. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And another reason why I like using a fighting game as a reference is because they should have just made this like a fighting game in ways. Okay, two ways. Number one way, select screen. Instead of playing as only 4 characters, you should have been able to play as at least 20, 15, 20, okay? And you can basically make your own teams. This is easy. This could be easy to do. You want a team that uses guns? Then get characters that use guns in the comics. Okay, get Penguin, Two-Face, Black Mask, and Deadshot. Make a 4-person team of people that use guns in the DC, in the DC universe. Again, that's the issue. I was saying in my Helldivers thing, I gotta put that out. A Helldivers one. Both Helldivers. Excuse me. Both Helldivers and Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League have characters that run around and shoot things. Okay, but Helldivers is doing way better than Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and the reason why is because Helldivers, your character is a faceless space soldier. Okay, human space soldier. That's the only thing they have that they can use against these more powerful creatures they have to fight. So it makes sense that they would use guns. That would make sense for them. the Suicide Squad, you have again Harley Quinn, an agile clown acrobat girl, who basically would be fantastic. Who loves using bats and mallets as weapons, close range weapons. She has used a gun before in the Arkham series, okay, but that's not her main thing, and they should have stuck with that, you know. You have, again, got Boomerang. Not as agile as Harley is, but he's really good at throwing boomerangs. He can throw all kinds of different patterns of boomerangs, spread patterns, single boomerangs, spread patterns of boomerangs, all kinds of different stuff. You can of course continue to have that stuff you got, the RVG bullcrap, the loot bullcrap in there. You could have looter shooter type stuff in there because you'd be like, yeah, here's the the wooden boomerang. You start off with the wooden boomerang. You get the plastic boomerang, the aluminum boomerang, the steel boomerang, the iron boomerang, fire boomerang, ice boomerang, poison boomerang, electro boomerang. They could still be like, yeah, this one has better boomerang has better stats. The accuracy is better on this one, but the damage is lower. You can still have that stuff, but also pay attention to the lore. Basically the canon, the lore of the comics. King Shark is a giant tank. He's a big old tank. He'd be perfect. Basically, like you have a tank crew. Basically you have a tank crew. You have King Shark, Bane, Gorilla Grodd, perhaps, Clayface, and Killer Croc. Have them be playable. Pick those 4 characters as your team. Make 4-person teams. You want agile, close range crew. Have Harley Quinn, Catwoman, Cheetah, perhaps. Cheetah, maybe Weasel or something like that. There's ways to do that stuff. You could do this thing. There's so many ways. Boomerang, I don't know exactly. I'm trying to figure out who else throws things. Who's else mid-range villains? Mid-range villains. Captain Cold, Heat Wave. Yeah, Killer Moth. Killer Moth. I dream. I saw a video about Killer Moth, a little bit about Killer Moth. Killer Moth. It could work. Specialty weapons that work just for them. Again, diversity. In so many ways. Basically, I said before, the way that they did Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League was they had everybody use guns. They had this team of characters that don't use guns. Most of them don't use guns, but they gave them all guns. That's like having a Pokemon game where you give them all crossbows. So it's like, oh, I got Pikachu. I use my crossbow. I have Squirtle. I use my crossbow. I have Bulbasaur. No, I have Bulbasaur. I have Bulbasaur. I use my crossbow. Charmander. I use my crossbow. I got Eevee. I use my crossbow. Like, is there an option we have? Can you have an option to not use a crossbow? Like, no. You gotta use your crossbow. We'll get you like one Thunder Shock. You can use Thunder Shock. Maybe like quick attack. But that's it. You gotta use your crossbow. It's not cool. So yeah, I'm sorry. Fighting game. Another way with fighting game would have been good is if you had, say, you played as certain characters, and certain characters. Thank you, girl. I'll stick with Miss Keen on this one. You play as several different characters, and you pick a character, all right, like Harley Quinn, all right. Then you get to see an ending. She goes through the game, beats everybody else, and gets the ending she likes. She gets to kill Batman because she blames Batman for killing Joker. She gets to kill Batman, and that's great. That's non-canon ending though. Just like in a fighting game like Tekken. You see Heihachi has killed, or otherwise caused horrible problems for his son and grandson and father in his non-canon endings. He's shot him into space on a rocket or sent him out into space while they were hanging out in orbit or something like that. So it's like, those are non-canon endings, but that's basically like, this is what will happen if this character wins. So I would have liked that better than what we got. Fighting a select screen. If you don't play as that character, you don't get to see that cutscene. That way better than it's like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. We want to lecture Batman on punching people. He was doing it to stop people from killing people. So yeah, no, it's just not fun. That game has so many problems, and hopefully they'll turn it around. Basically what they need to do is I know what they're trying to do. This game is like they're trying to be like a edgy Netflix series where it's like you see all these characters, all these creatures. all these characters basically doing crazy stuff, okay, to basically shock value that people will start talking about, and gossip about. Be like, oh, some people are like, no, there's no way that happened, no, that's impossible, and they'll check the game out for themselves. But the issue is, they forgot that the internet exists, that we could actually be like, yeah, let's look at that, let's go online and see it for ourselves, see it, without actually buying the game, and it's like, that's horrible. No, I'm not buying this game, no. So they kind of forgot. It seems that's what it feels like they forgot. Also, the fact they made a live service, which was a really stupid idea. They should never have made this a live service. They should have just made it like Arkham City or something. Just make it Arkham City. You have this big old city, and you have all this cool stuff going on in it, and it's like for days. You could just go play the game for days, and eventually get through the story, and do the side quests and whatnot, and then eventually you 100% the game. And wait for the next stuff to come out. That's what it should be, But instead, they're like, oh no, here's a little bit of a snippet of a game with the live service aspect. It's like, here's a little snippet of a game, play that, please play that, and enjoy this little snippet of a story. You don't get the whole story, you're not going to get the shocking twist, that shows off that, whatever. It'll be all speculation. The Justice League, may not be dead. We didn't get to see any cutscenes confirming it. But they may not be dead. So you'll have to wait for a while. We have like 5, 6, 12 seasons, whatever. Yeah, it's not gonna last that long. I say release the whole game now. Okay, just give us the whole game now, all the DLC, all the characters, and all the DLC, all the characters, all the whole entire story, and then we'll be like, okay, that first part sucked, this part's, this stuff is better. The game still sucks, the story still kind of sucks. It's still you'll be lecturing Batman on punching criminals and all stuff like that. Everybody else goes out like little babies. It's just not cool. Like, what's this? It's not cool. But yeah, okay, we're back. Okay, cool. Now make Justice League. That's what you can hope for. We're done. The game dying quick. Okay. And then being a full-fledged game. Rather than being like, if you wait too long, then it'll be like, okay, the board will be like, most likely be like, okay, we're done. We don't need. We've lost enough money here. Okay, they're playing a 9-year-old game that the old Rocksteady devs made. More people are playing that game than our latest game. Okay, putting more money into that. That more money's coming from that. We want to make a new version of that. Okay, so just delete everything. Use all our servers to make a new version of that. Okay, go get out of here. I don't want that happening because I want to see the whole story. I want to see what twist you got going. I'm not a fan of the gameplay at all. I'm not a fan of what you're doing with the gameplay at all, but still, I want to see what's going on with this story. And of course, also, yeah, the Kevin Conroy tribute. Yes, please, change that tribute. You made it about Batman. Okay, after one of your characters said that Batman's bad. And shot him in the face. Okay, you make it about Kevin. Then make it about Kevin. Okay, say show him in the vocal booth. I just made a comment about this. Show him in the vocal booth. Show him hanging out with friends, having fun with his friends. Have him quoting, have video footage of him quoting, talking about stuff, well, whatever, and it's just basically like, thank you, Kevin, there. That makes more sense, because that's the voice actor of the character who died, not Batman, who was shot in the face. Or Harley Quinn, work on this. So yeah, you guys have a lot of work to do. I really hope you figure it out before you're shut down or anything like that. Before the game is shut down, because I really want to see how this game ends, this story ends. I want to see the Justice League be playable. See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt.